Okay guys, today we're going to check out the new Friedman JEL 50. And we're going to kick it off with a full mix with the amplifier, and while you're listening to the mix, enjoy the behind the scenes footage that I edited in there so that you can see what I go through in setting up one of these videos and unboxing and setting it all up and dialing it in and everything. And then you'll see some shots of me playing as well for what it's worth. So enjoy that mix, and then we'll come back here and do some dial-ins, some riffs, and check out both channels. Well, that song was called City Lights, and I released that on my album about a year ago, and the album is linked below in the description of the video. So if you want to go to my website and get it, it's like 10 bucks or something. You get a bunch of songs and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate that. And I also appreciate everyone who's been purchasing my Quad Cortex, TONEX, and KEMPER preset and profile packs. Thank you guys so much. And I also want to thank Motor City Guitar for allowing me to take this amp home so I can demo it for you guys. So if you guys like what you hear in this video regarding this amplifier or any other gear that you're looking for, there's an affiliate link in the description of the video for Motor City Guitar. It just says Shop Motor City here. Click on that link, do a search for whatever it is that you want, whether it's this amp or anything else, and they will send it to you faster than anybody else. So by clicking that link, you get a great deal on anything that you want. You get it shipped to you faster than anybody else will ship it to you. And you help me out a little bit because I am not getting paid for this video at all. So regarding the features of the amplifier, what you get are two channels. You get a clean channel and a pretty much like a mid-gain channel. It's not, I wouldn't consider it a high-gain channel, but it's like a mid-gain channel. And then you have the pull gain. So if you want more gain, you get that. You have a bright switch for each channel. Okay. And then you also get the thump and presence knobs on the back. The 20 watt did not come with a thump knob, but this one did. The 20 watt came with a SAT switch, but this one did not. So those are the differences as far as I know. Anyways, let's start with the clean channel now. I'll just do a quick dial in and then we'll dress it up with some effects after I find the sweet spot, which I think I already did, but let's just see what it sounds like. Okay, so pretty good tone right out of the box. You know, I mean, here's the settings. Pretty, you know, standard, simple settings. There's no deep dives needing to be done on this. And I have the presence and thump pretty much in the middle. I think I have the thump just past noon, but that's about it. So let's mess with the bright switch and see what we have. I think the bright switch to the left, anyways, that setting is perfect for me. Really bright on the far right there, but whatever. You know, in the middle sounds good, but I prefer it right on the left side there. I think it's a perfect setting for it. So again, here's the settings. I mean, it's real simple. You know, I mean, that's what's nice about this amp is you don't have to read the manual and do a deep dive on it. I mean, just turn the knobs where they make sense to your ears, and you don't have to go far. I mean, it sounds great. So let's turn on the Julia chorus and the flashback delay and see how it sounds dressed up. Sounds great. I mean, I would record with this, no problem. Sounds really good. And I like the fact that it does have the bright switch on it. So if you want a little more chime, you can get it. Or if you want a lot more, you can get that as well. I think it really depends on your pickups. If you got darker, warmer pickups, you want to go to a different setting on the bright switch, you know, based on that. Anyways, let's go to channel 2. And I have the gain pushed in at the moment here. Here are the settings. And there's no overdrive engaged. Well, actually there is, but now there isn't. I just turned it off. And we'll mess around with this. Let's turn the gain to like middle. And I like the settings that I have on the tone stack. We'll mess around with those a little bit, but I think that's a sweet spot for me anyway. So let's just hear what it sounds like. By the way, I'm running through my Mesa 212 cab, and the mics I'm using are the Royer 121 and the SM57. Reason why I don't have it up on the screen is every time I go to the amp pick, you know, the amp camera, there's a stupid cab picture there and it looks dumb. So anyway, let's see what it sounds like without a boost, and we'll dial it in. Okay, so that's pretty much all the gain it has. I already pulled it out, and that's really as gainy as it gets right there. So let's mess with the bright switch and see what we have. You know what I'll do? Let's turn the gain down and push it in, and I think the bright switch will probably be a little more noticeable with the gain down. So let's see what it does. All right, so let's turn the gain up, and see if the bright switch does anything there. So when you have the gain cranked, you won't hear the bright switch at all. It won't really do much. So just, pointing that out. All right, so let's get this thing to sound as mean and angry as we can get it, because I'm a metal guy, so I want to see if this would work for me. And you already know if you're a classic rock guy, it'll work for you. But I want to see how nasty I can get this thing, and we'll most likely have to engage a boost. And the one I'm going to use is the Odd Box by Warm Audio. So let's get it as nasty as we can without the boost, and then I'll engage it. All right, that honestly is about as nasty as I can get it, without a boost. I got the gain pulled all the way out. Let's mess with the tone stack real quick before we engage the boost. All right, so now it's time to engage the old boost pedal here, and let's just freaking see if we can hit this with some nitrous and get it going. Well, that definitely kicked it up a notch. It's still not a crazy amount of aggression or gain, And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I'm just saying that, this is not your typical metal amp. This is a classic rock amp. It's made for Jakey Lee, who played back in the 80s mostly with Ozzy. So I think it captures that era of the tones very, very well. I think it does a great job. Now, here's the thing. If you like this amp and you want a little more gain, then get the Mr. Scary mod from Legendary Tones. Get this, put it in there, and this thing will breathe so much damn fire, it'll freaking make your head spin. Get one of these, and it'll definitely help it out regarding gain. And it retains the tone of the amp and the voicing of the amp perfectly. It just adds more gain to the amplifier. It makes it a little more responsive for guys like me. So if I was to buy this, that's what I would do. Not because I don't like the amp, but just because I want a little more gain, and it's worth the investment because I do like the amp. I like the voicing, the tones, and everything. I just want a little more gain for what I do. Again, I'm a modern metal player. And I'll say this as well. A lot of you guys who are watching this right now are probably thinking, I'm nuts. I mean, oh, it's got plenty of gain for me. Good. Then get it. It's perfect for you, and I can see why it would be. So again, if you're a classic rock player, or if you really prefer the mid-gain type amps that have a great tone, this is it right here. It really has that for you. The only reason why I bring up the Mr. Scary mod is because I have a JEL20 and I put it in there and it sounds freaking perfect for guys like me who like more gain. See, on this channel, I don't just demo stuff. I show you how to get the most out of it. If I know some tips and tricks, I'll share them with you guys. Anyways, back to the amp. So let me do a couple more classic rock type riffs on it for you. So I have the Odd Box by Warm Audio and Gauge. So let's just screw around with it and see how it sounds with different riffs. Well, there you have it. Some classic riffs, full dial-in, a full mix, and a little behind-the-scenes kind of stuff going on. I even did the clean channel with and without effects, and did the mid-gain channel. That's what I call it. I don't call it a high-gain channel because it's not a ton of gain, but it's enough for what guys want to do that would be interested in this amplifier. I did it with and without the boost, and if you really like amps where you got to kind of work them to get what you want out of it, and you like really digging in and playing hard, this is the amp for you. It definitely has those dynamics. Well, again, I want to thank Motor City Guitar for allowing me to take this home for you guys so I can demo it. And if you like it, please use my affiliate link to order it from them so that I can at least get compensated somehow for all the work I put into this video. I would really appreciate that immensely. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who is actually doing that. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. To all my Patreon supporters and subscribers, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. And if you're new to the channel and you like what I do here, feel free to subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified every time I either go live or come out with another episode. I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.